Hi guys, as usual my name is Rufai Brahma and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. On today's topic, I'd like to talk about something that is very dear to me. Just like any other social issue in this country, I feel that it has to be addressed. I'm pretty sure quite a number of people have talked about this, but I guess it's my turn to also talk about it. So today's topic has to do with beaches, and reference is going to be made to one that is very close to me, close to where I live, that is around Sacramento Estates. So Ghana is said to have a total of about 539 kilometers of beaches found along the coastal belt. Unfortunately, unlike other countries who have benefited by turning their beaches into tourist destination hubs and for other recreational purposes, Ghana is yet to take advantage of the beaches that we have, undertake any meaningful investment that can attract tourists. For instance, beaches along the coast of Florida in the United States are considered to be among some of the very favorite destinations for most tourists in the world because of how clean these beaches are and the sort of investment that has been put into making sure that they are up to the standard that we see them today. So available data suggests that in the year 2012, out of the 91.4 million tourists who traveled to Florida, about 38.4 million of them were beach-oriented people, and that alone contributed to about $55.2 billion to the American economy. Obviously, they were able to achieve this because of the provision of world-class recreational facilities, shops, hotels, restaurants, among others, which run along the beaches to offer services to these tourists who visited them to enable them enjoy their vacations and the very serene and comfortable environments. Imagine what a fraction of $55.2 billion would do to Ghana's economy. Just imagine. That is, if we were able to develop our beaches to at least an appreciable standard that would get more tourists coming into the country, thereby increasing our foreign exchange. Unfortunately, despite being blessed with some of the best coastlines on this planet, same cannot be said about a lot of Ghana's beaches, which become an eyesore anytime it rains. A typical example is Sacramento Beach, or Titanic Beach as it was formerly known, which is located along the Accra-Tema Beach Road and sitting next to the Tema Harbour. So I visited the place recently, and you would be shocked by the level of pollution and filth that we have been able to create as human beings. How we have managed to destroy such a beautiful environment which could have been used for recreation and attracting tourists by allowing filth to overtake the place is unimaginable. So the question I always ask is, which tourist in his or her right mind is going to use his hard-earned money to travel into the country knowing very well that we have a coastline and we boast so much of being the gateway to West Africa, would want to come and then just spend money on such a place? You can see that the filth here are mainly plastic and non-biodegradable material, most of which are washed on our drains just because a lot of us are irresponsible. I think if we can be a little bit more responsible by not dumping our rubbish into gutters anytime it rains, would do us a lot of good by preventing the kind of filth that you see at our beaches. Obviously, when all these plastics and other waste materials get washed into our ocean, washed into the ocean, marine life, especially fish, which a lot of us consume, get affected because they think of it as food, and by extension it gets to us because we catch these fishes and probably other sea life and consume them as food and not understanding what that could do to us in the long run. I'm sad to say that this is just one of the many beaches that I visited, and I know that others have similar problems. That is not to say that all beaches in Ghana are this terrible looking, but how do we know this is not going to take over all our other beaches if we continue this practice? The worst aspect of this whole thing is that those who are paid monthly to take care of sanitation issues in this country look on unconcerned. For those of us who see the rains as an opportunity to empty all the rubbish in our houses into gutters just so we can get rid of them and not have to go through proper channels, should begin to understand that those actions are killing us as a country bit by bit, health-wise, being able to make money through tourism. We are the reason why we are not moving forward. It's about time we rethink our actions and know that the more we put in a conscious effort to keep our environments clean and to a large extent not dump our rubbish in gutters whenever it rains. It's about time we rethink our actions and try as much as possible to stop this reckless behavior. I believe we can curb this menace if sanitation authorities go the extra mile to ensure proper disposal of waste by household, as well as to position litter bins at vantage points across the country to allow for easy disposal of waste. Again, if opinion leaders in our various communities, especially those along the coast, organize cleanup exercises and through the help of these sanitation companies get rid of whatever waste has been gathered through these cleanup activities, it could help eliminate this problem. I also believe we'll be able to enforce the law on sanitation by introducing strict penalties or punishments to people who cause such despicable acts to the environment and Ghana at large. We should be able to in no time raise revenue to make sure that our beaches get a facelift to attract the tourists that we so much want in this country. Let us stop boasting about Ghana being the gateway to West Africa if we can't clean these beaches that we have here. Such places serve as therapy for those who are dealing with mental health issues. During holidays and other festive seasons, you find people trooping to such places to have a good time. Why can't we just make it a point to keep the same places that we go to have fun very clean for ourselves and others? Let us not lose sight of the fact that the coastline we have doesn't just belong to us. It belongs to the rest of the world. It's just that we are the ones who are custodians of it because it is attached to Ghana. And the nature that we try to destroy now will eventually come back and bite us in our behinds. So in closing, I would like to say that let us all play our parts in making sure that we keep our beaches clean, and not just our beaches, make sure that our environments are kept clean. Let's just make sure that we don't litter around so much that it ends up in our various water bodies. Let's just make sure that we keep our rubbish in the appropriate places, which are litter bins, and disposed of properly. As it is said, be the change that you want. I'm playing my part, you play yours. See you in the next episode.